Good afternoon, my people. Welcome to Let's Talk Education. This one is going to be the first major recording that I'm doing. And because of that, I want to start from the beginning because I've been thinking for quite a while, where do I start talking about education on my platform? I realize it is always better to start from the beginning. And the beginning, we'll talk about two perspectives where we will be looking at one early on, beginning of education for me as a little girl. Later, 30 years later, we are going to talk about the beginning of education of my own children. Why is this important? Because the beginning, the foundation, is what builds up what will come afterwards. And therefore, even if we are looking at it from the child developmental point of view, we start at the beginning and we go with it and realize how things change and what will become of these people. Now, important for me as we talk about this is to note the differences. I'm not saying one vision is better than the other, but it is all up to you to make up what you make out of it. It is up to you to decide what is important for you and what is not important for you. I bring it out to you so we can start a discussion. So, all right, taking you back to 50 years ago. I'm a little girl going to start my grade 1. We did not have kindergarten in those days. There was no preschool, there was no creche. So I remember very well. My mom and my papa had bought me this beautiful uniform. It was blue, UNICEF blue. In those days, I didn't know UNICEF blue, but it was UNICEF blue. Beautiful cotton with light blue sleeves, stars on them as the design. So this day I woke up, my big sister gave me a lovely bath after warming the water in a kettle on our 3-stone fireplace. Okay, then she gave me a lovely bath and dried me up, Vaseline on my skin, applied a generous amount of Vaseline on my skin, and told me, now you look beautiful and clean. My hair had been shorn the day before in preparation for school. So she put me in this uniform and told me I looked beautiful, ready for school. It already changed my attitude and my vision of what school meant. School meant looking clean, looking smart, taking a bath, being prepared, and looking beautiful. There we are. Then she made me my school meal. What was it? Roast dried maize. Corn, what you would call. It wasn't popcorn because it didn't pop, so it was roasted dried maize. Talk about popcorn that hasn't popped. It was a beautiful meal for me. I was happy to have it. Packed in a nice sun-sweet brown sugar plastic bag that had been emptied of its sugar. And I carried that happily. I was given to my sisters who were to take me to school. So we went up to school, running, laughing, jumping. We got to school after about 30 minutes of running, and I was delivered to my teacher. They told me, this is your teacher. My teacher took me, put me together with other children. Oh my God. That was the first time I thought, oh my God, we are going to be with all these boys and all these girls These other girls were much, much bigger than me. And at home, I had always been with my sisters, and we had one brother. 5 girls, 1 boy. That was my family. Now we had over 15 boys and over 15 girls, big classroom. Okay, fine. So I was left there, and from there on, I found my way with the other children and our teacher. That's the one side of the story. Let me go to the second side of the story. 37 years later, my children are also going to school. We are in Germany, and Germany makes a big deal about the first day of school. We prepared for a month. We went to places to buy pencil cases, crayon cases, notebooks, the bags for school, backpacks for school. We had everything, and I had to go through that list 5 times. Do you have this? Do you have that? Do we have this? And my husband was following after me. Did you take everything? German school is very serious. You have to make sure every little thing on that list is there in the bag. And we did all that. And then on the day of school, we had to go and buy a lovely bouquet of flowers, pretty big. Our boy is dressed nicely, no uniform. Take note of that. But nicely, smart, and his hair long but nicely done. And we drove that boy to school, and we sat with him, with the teachers. There was more than 2, and we made sure that he is received well, made sure that he is comfortable, made sure that we knew what the program was, made sure that the teacher explains a whole lot of things, and they were all introduced to each other, making it all so easy for the children. And we as parents were there to support the process, because we understood this is a big issue for our child. So there we were, and after about 2 hours of orientation with our children, and we saw that they were comfortable, the teacher dismissed us nicely, and we went away. So here we are. We have these 2 scenarios, which are very true as far as I remember them. Now, I want us to talk about this beginning, like I said at the beginning of this video. This beginning is totally important because it lays the foundation of the children's perception of what school is and what should be done and how it should be done. And therefore, it affects also their performance later on. Now, today, when I look back, I don't have any one picture of me on my first day of school. But when we took our German children to their German school, we had endless pictures with them, with their teachers, with their peers. I'm not saying it was bad of us not to have pictures. There were no pictures to be known about, not to be heard about. It was not anybody's fault. I'm just saying out there, your children will be starting school. The way you take it, the way you support them or not support them as they begin will form the perception of what school is for those children. And parents out there, young parents out there, be there for your children from the beginning to the end, because research shows that those children whose parents are involved in their learning, they do so much better in the future than those whose parents are absent or are not involved in their educational development. Wow, I've gone already 9 minutes. 10 minutes very nearly. I will stop here for now, and we will discuss more about this in future events. Let me see you in the next one, and give us your comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I want us to have lively discussions about this education. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.